Namaskar. Welcome to Conversations with Rakesh. Here's today's question. Rakesh, I've heard your podcast Plunge. You talk a lot about passion, calling, one should follow their passions, connected to their careers. But I've also read a lot of articles and podcasts where people say, don't follow your passion. And I'm totally confused. So, should I really follow my passion? The quick answer is yes, because that's what I believe in. May not be right for you, but it definitely worked for me. Um, I must tell you that my passion was teaching, but my career, which was paying me money, was totally different. I was a product marketing manager in a large technical, high tech company. And the job that gave me money was not giving me joy, meaning, purpose. And teaching was my passion, my calling. It never used to give me money. So, what I did, I was experiencing a tremendous amount of stress, anxiety. And one day I said, I'm going to follow my passion. So, I merged these two. And that is the whole, at least for me, the discovery process of my own career, my own identity. I've read a lot of books on this topic, and it's a huge topic. It connects to the foundational question of our lives, which is, who am I and what is my purpose of coming on this planet? And there is no one answer that solves the problem. So what I thought I'll do is, in this video, take your question and give you my experiences on it. And it's Diwali, and you may hear some bursts and little bombs exploding behind me, the Diwali patakas. And I hope that in this Diwali, may the light of knowledge, health, wealth, and happiness shine on all of you. So, coming back to your question, should you follow your passion? My immediate answer is yes. When you enjoy doing something what you love doing most and you're skilled at it and are able to earn money out of it, I think that's the whole idea of having a meaningful career. It's been 15 plus years I've been teaching full time. I am an entrepreneur now, and thoroughly enjoy every day. Every day is different, struggles galore, but amazing fun when I go into my classes and interact with my learners. And again, going back to the simple concept that you may have a point in your life where you have a passion, but you also may have a point where you are doing a job. And these 2 points are very disconnected, sometimes very far away. What gives you money and what's your passion may be totally unrelated. And that's where the stress and anxiety and this feeling comes from, that I need to do something about it. So what I did was I merged both of them. I connected them. And that's where I experienced a lot of joy. But it may not work for many of you. And in that context, I'm going to give you 3 big myths about finding your passions and finding your callings. This topic needs to be understood. The first myth that you must realize is that finding your passion and following your passion does not mean that you'll be successful or you'll make a lot of money. Please get that right. And sometimes you may end up in serious losses. I mean, it's a job like any other job. You have to sell, you have to prove your skills, and somebody would value your skills and give you money for it. And sometimes your passions may not give you that money. You may be struggling. And many times this struggle can go on for many years. I have known cases where people followed their passions for upwards of a decade and it didn't give them anything in return. So they had to cut their losses and go back to a job. So please remember that all of us have a different definition of the word passions, callings, meaningful careers. But there is a myth कि भाई एक बार passion हो गया तो मतलब अब तो life झिंगा लाला and you'll become a billionaire and you'll give bhashan that follow your passion. That's a myth. It doesn't happen. Having a career full of your own passion and what excites you doesn't mean that you will have less struggle. Doesn't mean that you'll always get success. So please do not have that myth. The second myth, which I have also observed in many of us, is that we believe that once we follow our passions, we must be extraordinarily good in that topic. And we have to produce something earth shattering out of it. And the examples could be that, you might be in a very high profile job in a big company, but you have a passion for, let's say, writing, and you leave your high paying job to follow a passion. Everybody thinks कि now you're going to produce the next Booker Prize award winning novel. मतलब आज आप नॉवल बनाओगे और 10 मिलियन कॉपी तो ऐसे निकल जाएगी. That's not true. In fact, many of us can be very mediocre in our passions and callings. And many of us don't even produce anything earth shattering. And nobody even knows what we're doing. But there is a myth कि भाई एक बार passion follow करोगे तो मतलब अब तो the world will see something extraordinary coming out of you, which causes lot of anxiety in all of us that we now have to live for others. So please remember, this myth can hamper your entire happiness. And the third myth is as follows, that many of us feel that if you follow your passion, you cannot do anything else. It's like a one-way street. And this is causing a lot of havoc in the youngsters because they connect the word passion to careers. And career choice is a very stressful environment for everyone. And these youngsters and many of us, even in the senior managerial professional category, when we want to become entrepreneurs, feel that it's like one narrow focus. And once we take that road, ab kuch nahi kar payenge. So that causes fear of losing out, fear of missing out, anxiety because of one narrow choice. What if it's a bad choice? So that causes a lot of problems. So there's a myth that if you follow a passion, then you cannot do anything else, which is not true. People with passions do multiple things. I know some of my friends who have passions in stock markets. So they followed their passions, but they're also doing other things. They have many other interests and they do it professionally and they're able to do it very well. So there is no such law that one man, one woman, one passion. That doesn't happen. You can have multiple passions and follow them, but you have to be careful about this whole process because it doesn't work for all of them. So the three myths are: if you follow a passion, you'll always be successful. Not true. If you follow a passion, you must be super duper good at it and produce something earth shattering. Not true. And if you follow a passion, you cannot do anything else. Not true. Now, having said that, here are my 3 suggestions that I'd like to give you on your question that should you follow your passion. Suggestion number 1, if your passion is not sustainable and is not giving you a paycheck, drop it. Cut your losses, make peace with it. Maybe you were not meant to make money out of your passion, but please do not keep going because it will burn you and your family, and it's quite hard. The second myth: if you follow a passion and you are not good at it, that's absolutely okay. You don't have to prove anything to anyone. It is your passion, your calling, your interest. So do that for yourself. अब किसी को दिखाने के लिए और किसी को प्रूव करने के लिए you have been given the award of best passion. Please don't have such thoughts in your mind. Liberate yourself. Do it for yourself, not for others. And you don't have to prove anything to anyone in this journey. And the last one, and the most important one: passion is a very strong emotion. Be very, very careful about it. The definition of the word passion in dictionary means an overpowering, consuming emotion. Good God, be careful. हिंदी में इसको जोश बोलते हैं. And Urdu में it can sometimes go into junoon and obsession kind of words. I mean, you can't live your life in these emotions. These emotions will also bring a tsunami of other emotions: rejection, regret, sadness. So be careful. Instead, my request is choose the word, actually change the word passion to a slightly milder word, a milder cousin of this emotion called follow your interests. Follow what brings you joy. Follow what excites you. And if you can do that and make a living out of it and help someone and yourself and feel good about it, that's all there is to this complex concept called follow your passion. And it is not about earth-shattering creations and making ton of money. It's about doing what you love. It's about yourself. It's about what excites you, what brings you alive. और उस जर्नी में अगर आप थोड़े पैसे कमा लो, किसी का भला कर दो, सोने पे सुहागा. And on that note, I wish you happy Diwali all over again. May the festival of lights shine on you and bring you joy, wealth, health, and happiness. Stay safe.